That's a fine name for this episode. I'm perfectly good with it. Maybe I'm done with this, though. I kind of want to add some blue on top. Never mind, that don't work. This is fine. Okay, I know the vocals are loud. I should turn this down slightly. The vocals. What are you talking about? Something ain't right. I literally hate these cradles, man. These microphone cradles. I've never had one that didn't constantly need to be toyed with. Oh, they're just the worst, man. They really are just the absolute worst. It's always something. Always gotta fix them up. Alright, I know. You're like, stop. I know. But what can I do? I was on Twitter. I know I shouldn't be on Twitter. Should we have some imagery in the background? It would be a good thing to have in the background. This is the intro. You can't get mad at me. I can't see the edges because of that green. Alright, so like right there. And then right there. And then, there we go. I love that. I literally love it. This looks really nice. Oh, I didn't loop it. Bad job. Yeah, loop. This is nice. Is it time to remove the goop? Is it time for a new background? What could I possibly put? Maybe like a video game loop. I got some stuff. Oh, believe me. Cracker. Sorry. I'm just so war-torn. You know what I mean? I'm just a war-torn fella at this point. Who here's voting for Kamala? Kamala! Probably me. No, I'm kidding. I ain't gonna vote. People get mad at you if you don't vote. They're like, you have to. The fate of the world is upon your shoulders, brother. Alright. You gotta vote, my man. It matters so hard. Don't you know you're responsible for what happens on Earth? It's not in God's hands. It's in your hands, idiot. Vote for the right guy. Otherwise, you ruined everything. And then you vote for the right guy. And he doesn't do any of the things he said? Ah, I trusted that guy. And everybody's like, why'd you vote for him, idiot? I voted for the other guy. Sorry, I voted for that guy. I thought I was supposed to. I thought I was supposed to do that. Don't be mad at me, dude. I literally thought I was supposed to pick that guy. But don't you know? Don't you know about politics, man? The number one rule of politics is it's all your fault. And the only way to make it not all your fault is to hate somebody else and make it all their fault. You guys ready to play the game? This is sick. I'll go with this. This is ridiculous. Truly ridiculous. Oh, I think I love you. What was I talking about? Voting? I wasn't thinking. Look, democracy is sick. I freaking love it. I think we're gonna be fine, people. I'm sure we're gonna be fine. Guys, nothing to worry about. Straight up. I think we're doing great. These guys are sick. What was I talking about? Vote for the right guy. If you vote for the wrong guy, then it's all your fault. It's a way of offloading all the Amish elite, the Djiboutiism elite. It's a way of offloading all the guilt onto you. We didn't do this to you. You did it to yourself by voting for the wrong fella. You know what I mean? Come on, people. I've had enough of this game. I can't take democracy seriously. It's like, not only do you get oppressed and have your country taken from you and destroyed right before your eyes, But you get told that it's your fault for who you voted for? I don't know about this nonsense, man. I'm about to just put on Imagine Dragons and just vibe. Just vibe. I'm done with this. Can I just vibe? Do I have to play these games with you, DeAngelis? Do I have to play this game with you, Michaelangelis DeAngelis? And now Donald Trump says that if you don't vote for him, then Israel won't exist anymore. And I'm like, brother. Deal. You make me an offer I can't refuse. He said, don't vote for me. That's basically what he said, right? I mean, if we're reading between the lines, he said, don't vote for me, right? I go on Twitter and it's just bonky chaos. It's this. It's literally just this. In the world, this. Just bonky chaos in the world. Everywhere you look, it's psychosis. I wonder what would happen if I like kind of stretch this to make it fit. How bad would that look? So far, I don't mind it. Oh, heck yeah, that's way better. It's just chaos. You go on and it's like a Muslim telling me how bad white people are, and then it's a white person telling me how bad Muslims are, and then it's some information about Jewish people. Just some information. Just some helpful information. Some black guy murdered 3 young girls, like kids, like 5 to 7. And now they're rioting in England, and everybody's like, look at these far-right evil white people rioting. They don't care at all about the guy who killed the 3 little girls. In fact, they wouldn't even release the information about him because they were afraid that it would lead to racism. Because it turned out he's the son of a refugee. But nobody cares about that. They just care about you reacting to it. You not liking it is the evil thing. Them doing it is fine. Them doing it's cultural enrichment. You not liking it, racism. Wah, wah. That was racist. All right, sorry. So that was on there. Just some bonky Muslims going flip-flop all over the timeline. And it's like, you're so selective about what offends you. $6,000 rapes a year from Muslim immigrants. I sleep. Guy get mad about it? Real SHIT. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. My stream's gonna get banned. What can I do? You can't say anything. Can't say the truth. Truth will get you banned. Truth will get you banned. Does that not tell you that we're not being ruled by our own? You know what I mean? If you get jailed in England for saying that the MUS limbs are they're all rappers. Rappers is a new code. They're all rappers. You know what I mean? If you say the Mahoopies are rappers, you can get locked up. But if the Mahoopies rap, they can get out a day or two later because of it's just like Obviously, we're not being ruled by our own people. You know? Clearly, we're being ruled by our enemies. I don't know what that's called. It's not a technocracy, but there's a word for it. I could ask ChatGPT. Is it kleptocracy? No. They said puppet government. But no, it's something else. Like, what word means government corporations? Corporatocracy, yeah. So there's something like that, like a corporatocracy. What word means a government run by villains? Oligarchy? No. Government run by subversives. There needs to be a compound word. Antagonocracy. Any other suggestions? Because that does not roll off the tongue. Enemicracy, hostilocracy, opponocracy. These are all quite clunky. Adversocracy. All right, forget it. There is a word. ChatGPT doesn't know the word, but there's a freaking word for it. A country ruled by your enemies. This is so sick looking. Oh. Anyway, I shouldn't be on Twitter. It's just like World War III is happening. Like, it's happening. You know, you're just watching it. I was going to make a video about Israel. I could do that on stream, maybe. Because I thought of something pretty interesting. I thought of the fact that, I thought of the fact that, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah, I gotta find the Bible verse. Let's switch to this guy for now. It's okay, don't get scared. It's still me. What were you thinking? Job. Angels. Molest. Okay, so that evening the two angels came to the entrance of the city of Sodom, and Lot was seen there as they arrived. When he saw them, he stood to meet them and welcomed them. Sirs, he said, come to my house as my guests for the night. You could get up as early as you like and be on your way again. Oh, no thanks, they said. We'll just stretch out here along the street. What kind of weird translation? Let's at least do the NKJV. Can I get a witness? Can I get an amen? Sorry for being cringe. I'm just cringe. All right. But he insisted strongly, so they turned in to him and entered his house. Then he made them a feast and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. Now before they lay down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, both old and young, all the people from every quarter surrounded the house, and they called to Lot and said to him, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out so that we may know them carnally." Other ones just say, "So we may molest them." You guys know what I'm getting at here? Have relations with them, know them carnally, molest them. This was like one of the final things that happened in Sodom before it was destroyed. Right? Now, let's play a little game. Let's look at some headlines. I'm going to send myself a bunch of headlines. All right. Time to send myself a whole bunch of little sneaky headlines, boys. All right. Okay, I can't let you see me downloading them. So you'll have to look at me. Maria, look at the stream real quick on your phone and look how nice this new background is. It's very much the world today or whatever. I am smart. I know how to talk good. I'm just... Maybe if I drink more of this. Now am I good? My brain don't work no more. I ain't gonna lie. Brain don't work no more. I ain't gonna lie. Something happened. It looks cool, right?
So cool.
Thanks.
That's crazy. I love it.
Thanks. It's like I'm doing news from the middle of the riots. Imagine that. Me doing news in the middle of the riots. Old Tony Soprano.
Good old Tony.
Old Tony Baloney. The only one who's not a phony. You can call me a lot of things, but I'm not a phony. You can call me lazy, fat, unkempt. Call me crazy. But I'm an authentic human being, and there's very few of us left. All right, here we go. Is there a download all of these button? All right. There is. Okay, you guys ready for some crazy stuff? Here we go. Here we freaking go, boys. And I'm not going to talk. This is going to be run without commentary because I know my place. Susan Wojcikowski. You know I would never do nothing to hurt you, ma'am. You know I wouldn't. I would never hurt you, Susan. Cool. Susie Wojcikowski. You know I would never hurt you, girl. I love you. Girl, I would never do nothing to make you sad or ashamed. Where is this? Wojcikowski. Or Jackie Shabuski. Susie was Jackie Shabuski. The only girl in town. For a good time called Susie Wojcikowski Kabuki. All right. Are we present? What the hell? Everybody here? Here we go. So, keeping in mind what I've just talked about, we're going to run through a couple images of the news recently. And you can check this stuff. Can we see everything? I'm going to make sure everything's showing up. Susie Wajikusi. Why you make me crazy, girl? Why you make me crazy? Alright, so they were protesting outside the building. National Security Minister. Far-right protesters rage over IDF troops detention. I love that they call them far-right protesters. Like, what the heck? Is far-right some universal thing? Dude, they're Amish people. They're Amish people demanding the right to rap prisoners. Male prisoners, in fact. If you hear about what they actually did to why this whole thing happened, oh, it's horrific. You understand? And like my favorite Amish rappers, you gotta fight for your right to party. You gotta fight! Israeli civilians attempt to jailbreak IDF soldiers arrested for gang rapping Palestinian prisoners. Isn't that weird? Hey guys, is this weird? Pro-rap riot in Israel. These rappers, these are my favorite Amish rappers. You gotta fight for your right to party. I'm not making light of it. I'm just trying to not lose my mind. You reading these words, people? They filmed it too. Laughing while they do it, probably. Rabbi advocating wartime rap appointed Israeli military chief rabbi. Do you see this? Do you see these words? Read these words. This is what they're arguing in the Supreme Court of Israel. These may be your allies. These ain't my allies. I think anyone who says these are our greatest allies should be ashamed of themselves. This is sick. So now you understand why I'm reading this Genesis thing. Because in Genesis, stuff like this, demanding the right to rap. That's why I've always hated rap music. I hate rap. You know what I mean? Because actually they are like you. Hey, Kendrick, they're just like you. When you say they not like us, you're incorrect. They're quite similar. In another case, one reservist reported of cases of... Look at this crap. And no, if that happened here, we would condemn them. Remember Guantanamo? We condemned them. Over here, they're like, we should be allowed because they're not human. Since they're not Djiboutists, they're not human. Since they're not part of the SOS, they're not human beings, Daddy. Hey, Daniel, they don't count as human beings. SOS. We got codes out here. Djiboutism. What else we got? Rap. You understand? We got codes because it's codes are fun. I think of myself as a bit of like a code person. What's the word? Cryptologist? Cryptologist? Yeah. I'm a bit of a cryptologist. It's wartime. It's World War III, and I'm a cryptologist. All right. So, what else you need to know, people? Oops. So, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what left there is to say. Because this is Sodom. It's the word sodomy. Wow, that's where the word came from. Sodomy. Huh. From literally that single verse. And what happened to Sodom? Well, I think we might be seeing something like that soon. That's what I think. Because they're fighting for their right to party. Like any good rapper. So that was my, I was going to make like a whole video of that but nobody cares. It could all happen right in front of you at this point and nobody gives a crap. They're like, the game is on and Taco Bell just released a new taco. And despite what you're saying, the corporate media is saying that the Amish are cool. They're good people. I don't know if you've seen this, but all the coolest characters in every TV show and movie are Amish. Have you noticed that? That's weird. Why them? And it goes back a long time. I watched this show called like Touched by an Angel. Not Touched by an Angel. There's this show about angels visiting angel TV show 70s. Highway to Heaven. Michael Landon, baby. So you're watching this, right? And the second episode. The second episode. Watch this. Episode 2. So you watch it for a minute. And you're like, oh, this is nice. Finally, something wholesome. And then you get some of this. Then you get some of this real quick. Are we here? We here? We partying?
It would be an honor.
Please, the inquiry sign appears on the total.
$1,000.
Have a good home. They don't want me. All I have is you. You people.
Where'd you get all that stuff?
Where is it? Is it the second episode or not?
Sorry.
There it is.
Praying.
Now 5 minutes. Got a line behind you. Now 5 minutes. Ad was second. Cindy Kim.
Thank you for
Attention, please.
It's a foul. If it's on number.
Attention. Round. No.
We might as well go home.
Officially in the first race, the winner number 7, Cindy Kim.
Wait a minute. Give me a 7.
We won! What are you talking about? One heck.
But loving you, I do. And you say you're pretty good at this picking the ponies?
Oh, he's real good at it.
Well, I for one say nothing ventured, nothing gained. How about the rest?
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's cash our checks and...
Thank you.
Why not?
I forget it. I can't find it. Well, what happens is this Amish guy gets on his high horse and starts criticizing Christians and telling them how evil they are and how they're fake and all this stuff like that. Second episode. What are you going to do? It's been beaten into us our whole lives. We are messed up people. I'm a messed up person. I've had lies beaten into me my entire life. I've been told that I'm the scum of the earth and I'm the cause of all the world's problems, that I should be ashamed of my skin, ashamed of my history, that I have no culture, that I'm just nothing but some savage conqueror Nazi. It's insane. And then while all this is happening, while you're blaming yourself for all the world's problems, you're watching your country just get destroyed. I grew up in the 90s. I saw something beautiful. I saw a cool place, you know? And then I just watched Columbine and then 9/11 and then, you know, all these things and the riots and just racial tension and the whole thing just fell apart right before my very smelly eyes. Now what? Now what do you do? And now everything's ugly and expensive and poisonous. And we're all about to be shipped off to some war for Israel. And none of us support it. It's insane, dude. It's an insane situation. You know what would look cool? I might have to put the intro button on because this would look cool. Let me see. I used to do this all the time. It's like kind of a YouTube thumbnail thing. Yeah. Let's do it. You know? Is that something? What do you think? Or should I do a opposite? Go like that. And then you pick a color. I could do that. Is that something? Or we're fine without it, aren't we? Hold on. Black, maybe. Yeah, screw it. We're fine without it. All right, let's do some sounds. I'm really enjoying this. JD, JL, what fell apart though? Well, it's impossible to own a home now, for the most part. Jobs may pay more money, but money is worth less than it's ever been, and it's not comparable. So, like, this is the rise in amount of money that we're getting paid. This is the rise in cost. Also, it's all fiat currency, and all they have to do is the banking elite have to do is just shut it down, and all of a sudden our money becomes worthless, like it was in the Weimar Republic, where they had to wheelbarrow money to buy a gallon of milk. The multiculturalism has made it so nobody trusts each other, and so our neighborhoods are just people full of strangers. You ever watch like a black movie and you're like, oh, that looks so nice, because you see black people like they're all getting along and they know their neighbors and stuff like that, and you're like, oh gosh, that's so nice. Well, it's because they have like an identity and they're allowed to like each other, but we're not like that. We're not allowed to like each other. And we've been told that our identity is just evil white people. So multiculturalism, when you bring a bunch of people from a bunch of different communities and shake them all up and put them in a jar, well, nobody trusts each other. Therefore, the joy of life goes away. There is no local bar where everybody hangs out. There is no, all of your neighbors being close friends and looking out for each other. There is no sense of community. That's gone. So, and I don't know what metric you could possibly say things are better, JL. To be honest, I don't know what you could possibly say. What could possibly be better? What's better? Technology? I don't know. Technology doesn't make up for a joyless life. A life without love. A life without community. A life without togetherness. I don't know. I could go forever. And I'm not trying to like complain about the world, but we're about to enter World War III. We're about to all be drafted into some nonsense by Israel. You know? Yeah. Oh yeah? Am I going to be a cop? Okay, I'm turning off chat. I'd love to join your community. Do I get a badge? Yo, this is what happens when I look at chat, yo. What a waste. So sick of people. I was in an okay mood, now I'm mad. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Look, it's not all bad. Like, my life is fine, you know? I'm blessed. I'm not talking about my life. The situation as a whole is falling apart on all fronts. And maybe you don't know about that. I can understand if you're not plugged in, not knowing about that. But soon you're going to come face to face with it. It's inevitable that you will have to come face to face with it. I'm just watching it happen. World War III won't happen. Iran just pledged to bomb Israel this morning. If Iran bombs Israel, Hezbollah just said that Iran pledged to bomb Israel. If Iran bombs Israel, we have to support Israel because we live in a Zionist regime where they're obsessed with serving the Amish. So that means that we get pulled into a war. If we get pulled into a war with Iran, I mean, World War III is happening. It's not, oh, it won't happen. It is happening. Ukraine and Russia is part of it. Israel and Gaza is part of it. There are pieces being moved right now. Like, you think during World War II, they were like, oh, World War II, this is it. We're doing it. No. It was a gradual process of small skirmishes that became bigger and bigger. And then in hindsight, people write a narrative about it. That's what we're living in. We're living in that right now. And there's chaos in every single country. I mean, in England, they're rioting in the streets. It's either Muslims rioting because, I don't know, who knows? Just because there's not enough Sharia law yet, or that it's English people rioting because they're literally having their children wrapped up and killed by non-English immigrants, mostly Muslims. And that's happening throughout Europe. So in the countries, there's all sorts of like clashes. These aren't based on money. These are based on ideology. Like, okay, when we're talking about in Israel, them fighting for the right to wrap here. Can you see that? Fighting for the right to rap. This is not a money thing. This is a cultural thing. We are existing in a different mindset. We don't think like that. We don't think we have a right to rap. They do. In Islam has things about taqiyya and about conquest and how these things are part of their religion. They have to spread it through the sword. We don't have that. We literally don't have that. Not to say that Catholics and stuff haven't done insane things throughout history, but it's not part of the religious teaching. So it's a worldview thing. It's not money. It's not even skin color, really. It's worldview. Your worldview determines your behavior in the world. And so these people don't share the values that we have. And when you take people who have different values and throw them into a situation, either the values are lost or one triumphs and the other loses. And classically, with Islam, that means Christians suffer. Islam has been conquering Christian lands since its inception. Half of the countries you know as Muslim countries used to be Christian countries. And it was brutal the way they did it. Sex, slavery, and all sorts of stuff like that. Brutal. Truly brutal. So no, it's not like it's worldview. If you don't have a Christian worldview, like you're born, JL, you're born into America. You're born into a world based on Christian principles. Even though we have abandoned Christ, we still have Christian principles as the bedrock of who we are. And so you can't imagine a mindset where you look at another person and say, they don't count. That's not a person. And I can do whatever I want to them. But that's what these other worldviews have. These other worldviews have these dehumanizing precepts that say outsiders deserve whatever you want to do to them. Muhammad rapped his prisoners. And so do the Israelis. So do the Djiboutiists, the Amish. So it's a worldview. It's an entirely different worldview. Here, I'll check. Stop trade again. Anti-Zionist hate speech. I can't stand you people. Yo, if you're YouTube admin, just kick me off, yo. Do you think the economic powers are going to let a World War III stop trade again? Economic powers. Stop trade. I mean, a trade is one of the weapons. Economic sanctions is a weapon used in war. It's a way of getting people to do what you want. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's being done all the time. These people, there's multiple worldviews and multiple goals being pushed for right now. There's a Zionist worldview and a Zionist goal. There's a Sharia law worldview and a Sharia law goal. And most Americans are just feckless. They have nothing going on, and they're just like, oh, what the heck? They don't have a position, so all these positions they just assume are part of this weird modern amalgamation of relativism. Oh, everything's the same, So no, things are not okay. Things are real bad. It's just you become conditioned to accept it and to not see it as bad. But I mean, there's opioid epidemics, there's suicide epidemics, there's all sorts of things falling apart. Volumes can be different and people will get as long as base needs are met. Lines are drawn for power over resources. No, that's not true. I mean that's partly true, but there's a whole other element. You have to understand the Zionist agenda. You have to understand what they're actually trying to do. They want world domination. What happens when you already have all the money? What happens when you already have all the resources? Values going to get along as long as base needs are met. Also, who do you think's riling the people up against each other? Who do you think's forcing all these Muslim immigrants into European countries? Who do you think has all these NGOs that are making this happen? No, there's things happening behind the scenes that are for a purpose. They're happening for a purpose. Has less to do with base needs and more to do with a worldview. A worldview that says we own the world and everyone should be our slaves. That's what's happening. It's just hard for a Westerner to grasp that mindset. But that mindset is being played out in our foreign policy, because our foreign policy is controlled by Zionist Israel. So a lot of the things we do that make no sense to us, we're doing for them to further their agenda. by a guy with really long arms. And what do they own? What do who own? If you own the banks, you control the money. I'll say that, but I'm not saying anything. You got to do your own research there because I'm already going to get kicked off of YouTube. If you own all the money and you run the largest lobby groups, then you can basically make it so that the entire government is stocked with people who either agree to do what you say or don't get elected. That's why you see so many things that are insane happening in American government. You're like, why would you do this? This doesn't help anybody. Well, the reason they do it is because they're not serving you. They're serving the interests of Israel and the Israel lobbies. Look, I don't know everything though. I'm I'm just saying the basics here, I'm not smart. I'm just aware of certain things that are happening that are hard for the modern Western person who doesn't really have a religion, doesn't really have a worldview to really grasp, because they believe in a sort of relativistic baseline worldview that we all agree on. They don't realize that relativistic baseline worldview that they think everybody agrees on, first off, other people don't agree on. Second off, it's based on Christian principles. So to you, cannibalism and RAPE and, treating people like garbage and stuff like that, that's obviously wrong. And you can't imagine that other people would think differently. But other people do. And they have a worldview that justifies it. Money for what? Resources. The biggest reason for a lot of issues can be food, water, shelter. I mean, the food, water, shelter stuff doesn't help, but that's orchestrated. Creating situations, creating food deserts, creating situations where people can no longer afford their basic needs, which is increasingly more and more like that. I mean, things are getting incredibly expensive. That does create situations that builds up tension that causes people to fight, but that's orchestrated. That's part of it. They want chaos. They want people to be fighting. They want infighting. That's part of it. That only helps them. When people are turned on each other because of because of a lack of resources which they themselves can control. When people turn on each other, then it allows them to move more freely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what any of this stuff is, man. I did not mean to go down this rabbit hole either. Do I still have a channel? I don't even know. Do I still have a channel? Let me see. They're going to kill me. Okay, I still have a channel right now. Yo, I just got 2 new subscribers. That's cool. All right, well, I want to do the music thing. Does this look too much? Should I like calm down a little? Maybe. I'll calm down. There we go. We'll do like a simple one at the bottom so it doesn't look too crazy. There we go. That's pretty okay. Maybe we'll move this. That'll be all right. See, this is like, what is this? Like, is that funny? Do you think what you just said is funny? Or like, do you think that what you said is like edgy? Like, are you shaking up the system by saying this? Or are you just, this is as clever as it gets for you? And your idea of a personality is saying dumb crap like that. Like, is that what it is? I'm just curious. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, maybe you're 12 and this is as good as humor gets for you. Probably something like that. I'm trying to have a nice stream here, yo. Oh, how the veil has lifted. Lifted. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, come visit. Come visit. Come visit. If you think you know where I live, come on by. We can handle this. I believe we can reach a mutually beneficial conclusion to whatever this bullshit is. Seriously, come on by. Like now. While I'm streaming. If you think you know where I live, come visit me while I'm streaming. Let's handle this. I think we should handle this. I have no idea who's doing this, who's posing as APD and trying to dox me. But you're a coward if you won't reveal yourself. I know that. I know that about you. You're a coward. I wonder why this is. But this is the bullshit I gotta deal with when I'm trying to stream. Maybe because I'm saying the wrong things. It's kind of interesting. All I do is talk about, you know, Israel and Christianity and mostly I try to talk about being righteous, you know. But this sort of stuff puts me on tilt. But I wonder what it is about this, about my stream that keeps inviting people like this. Yeah, I mean, I guess you just kind of went to True People Search and entered my name, and that's that, huh? I guess you can do that. Dang. Please click on the two entities most related to the sample image. I don't understand. Oh, okay. So it's just got all my information. Okay, so I'm just like extremely doxable. Okay. Well, there you go. That's it. So anyone can do that. Anyone who knows my name can do that. Well, I'm dead. It's nice knowing everybody. I'm going to die. Someone's going to kill me. I'm online talking about Israel, and it's easy to dox me. So that's all this is. Okay. Now I get it. Well, I'll handle it if it comes my way. I don't like it, though. I should have maybe not made music under my name. That was probably a mistake. Luckily, most of you Shabbos goys couldn't do something to me if you wanted to. It's crazy. Totally crazy. My dog's making noises. He can feel the energy shift. My dog's pretty good with that. I think he smells my mood. It's crazy. Hate it. I hate that. Gosh, I killed my mood, man.
You tired of listening to music's like the equivalent of eating a mayonnaise sandwich? Why don't you get yourself a big New York sausage hot dog?
Why don't you get yourself a New York hot dog? Why don't you get yourself a hot dog sandwich? Why don't you come on over here?
BostonStreetRecords.bandcamp.com. BostonStreetRecords.bandcamp.com.
You tired of making bad decisions all your life? Why don't you make one good decision once in your life and buy my freaking music? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music? Why don't you buy my music? Huh? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music right now, huh? Buy my stupid music, alright, jerk? What are you, polyamorous? Buy my music. Come buy my music, hey, come on, click the link, go to the sink, take a drink. We got a CDs and tapes of it. Buy that stink, cause you know it's stinky, cause we get funky over here, people. And I ain't no funky monkey, man. Colossal Squid Records, bandcamp.com. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. Yeah, you can listen to it on GuyTunes. You can listen to it on Rhapsody? Do I look like a swarthy gentleman from the South? Or do I look like a Sicilian scam artist? Hey, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just like you. Hey guys, you want to support my stream? Come on back, buy my music. It's nothing but pressure, and it's no pressure. Just come and do it. Then put it in your boombox and oosh, baka. We about to have a freaking flying carousel, carnival, clowns, people flying around, light up buildings, fluorescent lights, a bing bong, da 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 dang 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 dang. It's a carnival. It's a horse ride. It's some fireworks. Oh great, now the white balance is off. What is this? The fight balance? What do you want to punch? What do you want lunch? When you say camera phone, you sound anachronistic. Hey, Hey, I'm taking a picture of you with my camera phone because this guy hasn't even bought my music. Hey guys, check this guy out. Apparently, this is what it looks like when you don't buy Colossal Squid Records music. Ooh, you choose to look like this. Don't you know that if you buy my music, it changes your genetic makeup and gives you a better physiognomy? That's a fact. That's not a lie. That's a fact. Why are my hands this color?
You tired of listening to music's like the equivalent of eating a mayonnaise sandwich? Why don't you get yourself a big New York sausage hot dog?
Why don't you get yourself a New York hot dog? Why don't you get yourself a hot dog sandwich? Why don't you come on over here?
GlossonSquidRecords.bandcamp.com. GlossonSquidRecords.bandcamp.com.
You tired of making bad decisions all your life? Why don't you make one good decision once in your life and buy my freaking music? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music? Why don't you buy my music? Huh? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music right now, huh? Buy my stupid music, alright, jerk? What are you, polyamorous? Buy my music. Come buy my music. Hey, come on, click the link, go to the sink, take a drink. We got a CDs and tapes of it. Buy that stink, cause you know it's stinky, cause we get funky over here, people. And I ain't no funky monkey, man. Colossal Squid Records, bandcamp.com. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. You can listen to it on Rhapsody? Do I look like a swarthy gentleman from the South? Or do I look like a Sicilian scam artist? Hey, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just like you. Hey guys, you want to support my stream? Come on back, buy my music. It's nothing but pressure, and it's no pressure. Just come and do it. Then put it in your boombox and oosh, baka. We about to have a freaking flying carousel, carnival, clowns, people flying around, light up buildings, fluorescent lights, a bing bong, da 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 dang 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 dang. It's a carnival. It's a horse ride. It's some fireworks. Oh great, now the white balance is off. What is this? The fight balance? What do you want? A punch? What do you want? Lunch? When you say camera phone, you sound anachronistic. Hey, when
in a garden brimming with gold and green. No mosquitoes, no predators, no need. I can see you staring beyond my dreams. I can hear you singing a song of peace as a wave of love washes over me. See the light like diamonds shine through the trees. Every breeze whispers of eternity. I am finally where I'm supposed to be.
next
next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. They won't. They won't. They won't.